Okay, I am going to get right back into my presentation. Something happened with my first video and I thought I could switch the camera angles, but it wouldn't let me, so this is the second half. Okay, so like I was saying, Professor, I chose this article because it was talking about a program that several people started in order to assist Native Americans and Alaska Natives in order to help with their substance use issues. And so they titled the program, let me show you, okay, they titled the program Drum Assisted Recovery Therapy for Native Americans. So it's DARTNA is the abbreviation, and they use, basically, they just use different methods to help these people in need. And like I had put in my paper, it says the preliminary treatment protocol consists of a 3-hour treatment session scheduled 2 times weekly over 12 weeks. So it is a very time-intensive program. And one of the things that I thought was really cool, and I actually encountered this in 2 of my other articles. So this one talks about the medicine wheel, which is this thing about how each different culture of Native Americans focuses on a different type, a different dimension of life as far as, you know, mental, physical, spiritual, or emotional. And then in here, it actually breaks down, I want you to be able to see, breaks down the different parts. So the north focuses on mental, east is spiritual, south is emotional, and then west is physical. And then it shows the steps in which they each do on all of the different sides. So I thought that that was really interesting, and even more so that this Aboriginal woman's article talks about the medicine wheel as well. They call it, I mean, the figure is titled the Circle of Life Framework, but essentially it's the same thing because it also talks about the medicine wheel in this article too, where the article that talks about art therapy. So, and so as far as the results of the DARTNA program, it says overall the focus group participants responded favorably. So that's really good, and there was many themes. So benefits of drumming, importance of a culture-based focus, addressing gender roles in drumming, and then providing a foundation of common, you know, Alaskan Natives and American Indian traditions. So I thought this article was really cool. It was basically a whole study about how these people were helped through their substance use issues with drumming and how they really connected back to their culture. One last thing that I thought was really interesting, it says that during the first session, the participants were actually allowed to make their own personal drum or a group drum that they would use during their treatment. So that really allowed them to identify even deeper with their culture, like it says, and engage them in treatment, like it says right there. And I thought that that was a great part of this article. So, and then the hand drumming article essentially talked about how drumming can participate or help with healing, but also a key part in this one was where it taught on the same page as the wheel, it talks about how participants really felt the vibrations through drumming, and that was something that they could internalize with, and they really felt like they were being healed. So I thought that that was really interesting. Okay, and then moving on to another article. This one was about ceremonies, the indigenous Native American healing traditions. So I just briefly spoke about in my paper about how ceremonies can really help an individual, especially if they're surrounded by a lot of family and community. That's what it says right here in this paragraph. It says that, let me see, ceremonial gatherings may last for days or weeks. The more people that are present, the greater the healing energy. So I thought that that was really interesting. I know it doesn't necessarily tie in with drumming or arts or anything, but I mean, at a ceremony, you do experience music, art, playing, drumming, singing, everything like that. So I thought that I could tie it in that way. And then the article about art therapy was kind of its own little thing, talking about art and how that has helped a lot of Native Americans with certain health issues. Really, a few of these articles focused more on health and well-being. The substance use article with the DARTNA program was really the only one that took into account an actual problem or disease or anything that an individual had. So a lot of my paper, a good maybe half, focuses on more so well-being and health of these Native American peoples. So okay, well, I hope you enjoy, and I look forward to meeting you in person in the future.